Welcome to the Wrestling Fam Talk Show. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Ron.
And today we're going to go over my top 10 AEW women wrestler for 2021, since we're about to go into 2022. So I wanted to get this in.
Yeah, I'm eager to see where you're ranking the ladies for the whole year here.
Well, my list is going to be pretty good from my standpoint. I am a little harsher because I do like to kind of give them some standards from my point of view.
So, what kind of criteria are we looking at? Are you looking at performance base? Who had the title the longest? Maybe a personal favorite of yours? Or
I think some of it is preference, how they perform in the ring. I think sometimes how they kind of wow me, their entrances, their personas. I think some of that has to do with it. And I think some of it actually has to do with who I would like to see wrestle more and have a little bit more time in the ring.
all right, so it looks like we're going with your favorites who really catches your eye, not necessarily who's won the most.
No, because
And
some I know that can win, some that, their wrestling moves are really awesome. I would love to see them wrestle more.
great, so I can't wait to hear this. I haven't seen your list yet, so let's see my reaction to your list here.
Well, let's go with number 10, the Bunny.
The bunny. What is your reasoning for the bunny cracking the top 10? I'm actually shocked she's in the top 10.
I like her persona. I like how she comes out. She's very feisty. I just like her overall.
Yeah, she's predominantly seems to be in that managerial role, but she gets in the ring a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So she has both aspects that a lot of the other ladies don't. There's not many that are manager slash wrestler, and the bunny is a dual responsibility, has dual
Yeah,
responsibilities there with the butcher and the blade.
I like her. I like how she comes out and she's ready to take a bite out of whoever is ready to go. She's like was a rabbit bunny
Yeah,
ready to attack at any moment.
it fits her name there. I remember when
Mm-hmm.
she debuted with the Butcher and the Blade. They jumped Cody Rhodes. I think it was late 2019. They came out from underneath the ring, cut through,
Oh
and they came
wow.
through. It was a great debut. I believe you watched it with me. You just might not remember. There's been
Probably not.
so many weeks, so much action, but I distinctly remember. I think they were actually hired by MJF
Okay.
when he was feuding with Cody. Brought them in to take Cody Rhodes out. But great debut. Yeah, she seems cool. She has her own vlog. And like I said, she multitasks. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Multitask. Manager, wrestler, has a nice persona, like you said.
Exactly.
So she cracked your top 10. And now, after you
She
explained
did.
it, I'm not surprised. I like it.
Well, let's go for my number 9, Serena Deeb.
All right. So, Serena Deeb. This was the lady that I said, oh, I'm kind of tired of seeing her fighting Sheeta, but it looks like that feud is going to continue. And Serena actually
Mm-hmm.
mentioned it on the last show that she's going to keep going after Sheeta. So I do like that she turned into a bad girl. So what do you see in Serena Deeb?
Um, I like her moves. I like her overall look. I think she has potential to be probably in my top numbers if she gets the chance and gets to show her what she got.
Now I'll give you what I think. I think she has the best wrestling gear.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the mixture, the old school boots, the mixture of the colors, and I really like her new attitude.
Oh, really?
She put her hair back, and now she's bad, and she's kind of the Dean Malenko of the ladies division. I believe she has like a persona where she knows a lot of holds, like Dean Malenko did. So great ring technician. I'm not surprised she's in your top 10.
My number 8, Ruby Soho.
Ruby Soho made her debut this past year. She was one of the WWE cuts.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see in Ruby?
I love her overall look. Um, I do like some of her wrestling style. Um, I think I would like to see more. I would love to see more of a bad attitude with her. I feel like it needs to be a little bit more intense. That's just my preference.
Yeah, right now it seems they debut a lot of top stars as good, and obviously she could play the bad girl part.
Oh, I think she would be great. That would make me even like her a lot more.
You've always kind of liked the tattoos
Mm-hmm.
on the ladies. She's got a lot of those. She's got nice looks. Uh, Best facial expressions.
Yeah.
If you ever watch the Ethan Page vlog, there's a lot of times she's doing a lot of facial expressions that he'll clip, and then it'll be his picture, and then you see her even this past week when she was shocked. Maybe she was shocked that that jacket was not coming off as easily as she would have thought.
Exactly.
But right off the bat, Nyla had grabbed her the facial expression. But I think there's big things for Ruby. She's still in that tournament currently as we speak for the TBS title. I could see her winning it. So your wishes could come true here that we would see a lot more of Ruby Soho, and I won't be surprised if she would be in your top 5 at least in
Yeah, I think
2022.
probably the more I get to see of her and more matches, I'm probably gonna get her in my top 5.
Yeah, she's pretty high up there for just being in the company for a short period of time. So
Yeah.
she's on her way up.
And my number 7, Jade Cargill.
Ah, yes, Jade, one of our favorites here on the podcast for the short time that we've been doing this. If you hear any breathing in the background, it's our dog Gracie again. She's standing right by me,
She can't help herself.
breathing heavy. Just don't want people to think that I'm some creepy dude breathing into the microphone here. Let's see if she leaves. All right. Anyways, Jade Cargill, one of our favorites, of course. Uh, I'm just going to ask you, just for the podcast reason, I know why you like Jade, but why is Jade on the list?
I think she's got a lot of potential for me. I mean, I know she's kind of just starting out and getting more matches and getting more in there, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen in 2022 with her.
Yeah, she's still in the tournament, the TBS tournament, as we speak, as this is being recorded. We'll see if she wins the tournament. Let's see if she is just there for Thunder Rosa to beat. But yeah, sky's the limit for Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
And again, another person that I could see in your top 5
Yeah.
of next year.
Surprise, surprise. Number 6, Britt Baker.
Oh, wow. I would have expected to see Britt higher on this list just based off of her reign as the women's champion, kind of turning it around, and also being nominated as one of the pillars of AEW. So why do we? I'm not going to ask you why Britt is on the list because I expected her to be on the list, but why do we have Britt so low?
I don't know. I think there's nothing that I don't like about her. I like her bad girl vibe, but there's some, I guess, ones I hold a little higher.
So she's just not. It's just a preference thing for you. It's nothing that Britt has done.
No, no, she's actually a really good wrestler. I actually enjoy watching some of her matches. Uh, but there's some more preference ones that some, I guess, underdogs that I think that I would like to see more in Brit's type of level in the AEW company.
Yeah, they're going to need to keep the challengers coming towards Britt. I don't see how much longer she'll hold the title. If I were to guess, maybe some of your top 5, maybe 1 or 2 people on that list could take the title.
I think quite a few of them would.
Yeah. So
I would love to see them.
Yeah. So Britt's at number 6. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I mean, it's self-explanatory why she's on the top 10. Now I'm really curious about who is in the top 5 above Britt Baker.
Number 5, Tay Conti.
Tay Conti.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's great in the ring. She just had a title shot. Looked good in that title shot against Britt Baker. So obviously it's not performance based in the ring if you're going off of wins and losses. But yeah, and right now she's caught up in a little controversy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about it with the Sammy Guevara
Yes.
deal, but that's outside the
I'm trying to
ring.
keep that separate
Yeah,
from.
and it's not even. We don't know if it's true or not, and I don't know. Not going to get into that part of it, but that's a hot topic. That's the only reason I mention it. It's hot
Yeah.
right now. Like it seems to be
It's
the
in the
big.
know.
Yeah, it seems to be the big deal. I guess it's the day and age of social media.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 years ago, you didn't know these guys had wives, kids, and you didn't know the ladies were married and
Yeah.
having children. And now we know so much about every wrestler, maybe way too much.
Yeah.
And then it mixes over into their business. So, can you imagine working somewhere and then you're
Getting booed.
dating someone and you break up with someone, and then all the customers, let's say you worked at a place where there's customers come by and they have something to say about your life.
Yeah.
You're like, let's just say you're packing groceries, a job I used to do, and here I am, I'm walking out to the cart, and they're like, hey, it's kind of bad what you did
Yeah.
with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or I'm sure they don't
Hmm.
want to hear it. It's their lives. We don't even know if it's true. But anyways, back to the list. Tay Conti, who we're speaking about in ring action. I really enjoy her.
Yeah. She's I like a lot of her moves. She is pretty good in the ring.
And you mentioned entrances earlier. I like her little salsa dancing that she does to the
Yeah.
ring. I like how her and Brody Lee Jr.,
Mhm.
the son of Brody Lee, how she tends to him, cares for him, has him come out to the ring a lot. So I think that's pretty awesome. She seems like an awesome person
Yes.
based off of that. So yeah, that's a great number 5 pick there.
I thought so. So let's go on to my number 4 pick, Thunder Rosa.
Ah, there's the pick. I
You
had a
you
feeling.
know it was going to be in there.
I had a feeling she would be in there. She's at number 4. I
She's been
might
one of
have
my favorites.
I might have had her in an argument for number 1 there with Britt if we're based off of performances,
Yes.
because Thunder Rosa could very well be the lady
Yes.
that ends Britt Baker's
I think it might be.
title reign. Yes.
I think it's pretty close up there.
They had one of the best matches of the year, if not the best, the
Mhm.
no holds barred match earlier on this year. Uh, Great no matter what gender, men
Mhm.
or women's match. It's up there, everybody,
Yeah.
every type of match. So that's a great pick. That's number 4. Let's see what the top 3 are.
Well, my number 3 is Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter. Yes, a favorite of mine.
She's pretty awesome. I like her look, and I think she's pretty badass.
Yeah. Again, entrances. It's subtle, but I like the camera angle they have on her, and her hair bounces as if she has somewhere
This
she needs to get
magical
to.
wind.
Well, not necessarily that. It looks like she's on a
She
mission. Like she knows where
she's
she's
ready to
going,
go,
going from point A to point B.
and I'm kicking your butt,
Yeah, I'm getting there quickly.
which I think is a good thing because sometimes I think having a too long of an entrance can kind of be boring.
Yeah, she's a perfect fit with that group with Britt Baker as
Yes.
her strong woman, her bodyguard, if you will,
Mhm.
the muscle of the team. Great in ring abilities. So she's already in your number 3. I mean, she if she even tastes gold this next year and see more of her, that could be the dark horse for number 1. I think
Yeah,
she's already
I
this
think
high
so.
and hasn't really. I don't think even touched what she could do, like even come close to what she could do.
Oh, she's got potential.
And that's a good number 3.
Well, let's go to my number 2, Chris Statlander.
Statlander,
I like her all over. It's pretty awesome.
the alien of AEW.
Is it the moonsault that's one of her
Yeah, I
moves that.
believe she's done the move. She's very acrobatic, especially for a larger, as in more muscular, more built
Yeah,
woman. Not someone that you would think is a cruiserweight of a women's division, such as like a Riho is what I'm trying
yeah.
to compare her to. She's very athletic, uh, flexible. There's probably not a move that she cannot perform in the ring. Has a devastating finisher where she locks them in, drops them right on
I think that's my
their
favorite.
heads, and yeah, entrances. We want to speak about that. Her patented turnbuckle upside down, flip into the ring,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Of course, I like her with Orange Cassidy in their group, so
Yeah, very funny. She has that comedy side to her.
that's what puts it over the top for me.
Yep. She helped Sue into the ring
Mm-hmm.
the other week, which was great to see. And her comeback from an injury during the match when she was in the machine during the arcade fight between the best friends at Miro and
Yeah.
Kip Sabian. Her return was just great. The way she slammed that plexiglass against Penelope Ford's face just popped out of the machine. So yeah, she's one of my favorites as well. I'm not surprised she's in the top 5.
And should you ask, you should not even have to ask.
No,
Number one.
if I would to
You already knew who I picked.
scratch off who is left and who we talk about all the time as we want to see more of her.
You already know who I picked
Yeah,
as number one.
go ahead and
My
say it.
favorite.
Probably my favorite too.
Abaddon.
Abaddon. The lady that we have so many ideas for every
The
week.
lady in red.
Yes.
I can't help it because that one was priceless.
Peter Avalon and her when they did that on one of the vlogs, and just her timing on just throwing up the red goo out of her mouth
Yeah.
is just priceless. I mean, there's so much they could do, comedy wise, serious wise, scary wise.
I think they need to bring more of that because I'm telling you, it would actually sell so good and I love it. It just catches you off guard and that little skit they did, that was like probably one of my top picks of ever seeing
Yeah.
something like that. The timing, the looking back, they're trying to figure out who the lady in red is. And then all of a sudden, Abaddon.
Yeah. There she was, turned around, and it was Abaddon. She's had some high profile matches, but they've been few and they've been far between.
Yes, I wish I could see her a lot more.
I believe she had a little short time feud during the pandemic with the champion at the time, which was Sheeta. And then she just recently, as Halloween, had a little short feud match, if you will, with Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm.
A great match. The other ladies respond to her well. They're always acting weirded out and scared of her.
Yes.
So yeah, I could see her. They can do whatever they want with her, and it's going to be fantastic. But I want to see it. I want them to do something. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Number 1 was Abaddon. We had your 1 through 10. Who on the roster currently in AEW that's not in your top 10 do you see having the possibility of cracking that list if we do this at the end of 2022?
Well, let's see. I would probably have to say Yuka Sarakazaki. Is that?
So we'll just go with Yuka. I think
Yeah.
they decided
I
not to say her
actually-
last name.
Well, hey, if I murdered it, I murdered it. But Yuka is probably someone I would like to see more.
Yeah, Yuka, if you don't know, if you haven't watched it, correct me if I'm wrong. She's the Japanese wrestler who comes out and kind of puts on a concert.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess her persona is she tried out for a singing contest and didn't quite make it. And so she's constantly doing a singing thing. And one of the funniest things that happened is I believe they had a 6-woman match one time. Was it during this past summer? or was it the year before
I
that?
think it might have been the year before that.
I can't remember which year it was. Everything's kind of ran together, especially with the pandemic. But it was
Yeah.
at a pay per view, I believe. And then she was at a pay per view. That's when she debuted that little dolphin headbutt type of,
Yeah.
when she comes to the middle ring and just drops down for the headbutt. But then the following day, everything was on Dynamite. Or the following week, her two partners were getting beat up in the ring as she's making her entrance, and she does not come to help them. She has to finish
Yeah.
her concert she's putting on there. So she's very funny, uh, brings attention to herself.
Yes.
Uh, she's one of the only ladies that my mom even even likes and laughs at. So
That's what makes her that I think I would like to see her more.
yeah, so that's a great pick there. I think right now she's in Japan. Hopefully she comes back. Hopefully she's on AEW a lot more. She's on the official roster. That's what we're using on the
Mm-hmm.
website just to make sure. Speaking of someone that used to be on the roster and is not now, that I'm sure would have been in your top 10,
Yeah. Big Swole.
Big Swole. So I believe with her, I think she has what, Crohn disease, some
I
sort
think
of
so.
disease, and I don't really know why, but they came to a conclusion that she would be done with the company. But it sounds like she's left on good terms. So if anyone that watches AEW didn't know it, Big Swole's no longer with the company as of maybe a month ago. So if you're sitting there wondering where she is, you're probably not going to see her anytime soon. But hopefully, we will see her again sometime. And maybe her husband, Cedric Alexander,
Mm-hmm.
with all the cuts coming down, maybe even next year, I wouldn't be surprised. The WWE cuts even more wrestlers, and maybe he finds a home in AEW, and Big Swole will still be affiliated
Yeah.
through him with AEW. But yeah, I like your list.
I thought you would.
Some shocks in there, some
I had to
surprises.
sprinkle something in there
Yeah,
for you.
a little controversy there. And we hope you like it as well for all of our listeners out there. And we hope you join us next time.
Bye bye.